Food and beverage pairing. The purpose of this task is to identify key components of flavor, aroma, texture in the food and the beverages according to the information provided, to determine the optimum pairing in order to maximize the guest's sensory experience. In this video we will display the food and beverage pairing guidelines, both for when a menu is used and when a wine or beverage list is used. It will be presented step by step. The food and beverage pairing task could be made in numerous ways. Most common is that the sommelier is equipped with a menu or a course and asked to give a wine suggestion. It could also be that the sommelier is equipped with a wine list or wine or beverage and suggests food for the pairing. Listen carefully to the orders given by the organizers. It is crucial to understand the task. Limitations and guidelines within the task or guest's wishes are vital. Give a brief overall description of the dish, not going into too much depth. For the wine or beverage, state if it's a vintage or non-vintage, the producer, the grapes or the base product, the origin and the country. Give a rationale for the combination. The rationale includes cooking methods, basic flavors or ingredients, and their interaction. Consider the reasons for the style or components of the course being recommended. What is the cause and effect of the taste? Structure and flavors in relation to both the food and beverage. Structure includes acidity, alcohol, spice or heat, tannin, body and sweetness, etc. Always keep in mind the number of beverages on the menu and the time to complete the entire task. Remember to mention the serving details, which glassware, what temperature, whether to decant or aerate or not. First scenario, the food is already defined. In our example, the course is a salmon tartare with yuzu koshu and soy reduction.
Mr. Baccarini, you have the salmon to start. Do you have anything in mind regarding what wine you'd like to drink with it?
Yes, I have an idea because I have a sister that lives in California, and when I talk with her, she always says to me, "Oh, we have good wines, but I don't know them very well." And so maybe I would like to try something that comes from that area. It would be interesting.
Absolutely. I think I have something in mind for you.
Okay, thank you.
So the salmon dish that you have is a salmon tartare. It's an elegant dish, but yet it's still an oily fish, so there is a richness to it. It is served with a yuzu koshu, which is going to bring citrus notes, a little bit of acidity and some hints of heat as well. And then you have a soy reduction, which is bringing salinity and more umami. So for this reason, we need a wine with a good level of acidity. So this acidity is going to balance nicely the oiliness of the fish, but also balance the acidity that the koshu is bringing. And what we need is enough fruit weight to balance out the nuances of heat that you have in the dish, but not too much, not to dominate the dish. And for that reason, I would like to recommend the Grüner Veltliner. It's a single plot vineyard called Meeresboden from Santa Barbara County from a producer called Tatomer, vintage 2018.
Well, I'm looking forward to taste it.
Fantastic.
It's very good.
Fantastic.
Prepare to have multiple dishes on the menu. If a full menu is presented, a harmonious progression of wines and beverages should flow through the entire menu. The sommelier should explain when they deviate or break from the overall harmony. Consider a diversity in selection, style, origin and vintages across the whole menu, based on the parameters given by the organizer. A few other details to take into consideration. The relationship between the price of both the food and the beverage. Regional classics. If so, provide rationale. Consider your target audience and the menu as a whole. In a different scenario, you might be presented with a wine list. When a wine is already set, the task changes a little bit. It could be a single wine or a full wine list. Give a brief description of the wine or beverage or other product. Then recommend a course. Include a full description of the course, for example the products, the cooking methods and the garnishes used. Give a rationale for your combination. The rationale includes the structural details of wine, such as fruit, alcohol, tannins, sugar levels, acidity, body, etc. Mention how they interact with the basic flavors and structure of a course. Being able to communicate the cause and effect in the meeting between a beverage and a course is crucial. Also remember to mention the serving details. Which glassware, what temperature, whether to decant or aerate or not.
So traditionally in the restaurant, customers choose first the dish and then you suggest the wine. This time you wanted me to try this wine that is excellent, in fact. And is it possible to make a match now with this wine? Can you suggest me the right fruit with this?
Absolutely, I will be delighted to do so. You've tasted that wine, you probably noticed it's very perfumed. It's a wine which is in between two ages, so you've got still a lovely amount of fruit, but it starts moving towards more earthier nuances. It has a really bright acidity because it's from Sonoma Coast, which is a cool climate in California. So what I would love to suggest is one of the main courses that we have at the moment on the menu, which is Medallion of Veal, which we are going to serve with a creamy porcini and truffle risotto and with a little bit of red wine jus. So the reason for this is I think the perfume of that wine, the fruit weights, would work really well with the red wine jus. They're going to link together. Then you've got a bright acidity, which is going to balance the creaminess of the risotto. And then finally, you've got enough fruit weight, but very, very delicate tannins, very soft tannins, which are going to respect the delicate nature of veal meat.
Thank you.
So I hope you will enjoy the pairing.
I'm sure I will. Thank you again.
You're very welcome.
And be prepared to have multiple dishes on your menu. If a full wine list is presented, a harmonious progression of courses should flow through the entire menu. The sommelier should explain when they deviate or break from the overall harmony. Consider a diversity in selection and style of the courses. Consider a diverse selection of food and dishes based on the parameters of the instructions provided. A few other details to take into consideration. The relationship between the price of both the food and the beverage. Regional classics. If so, provide rationale. Consider the target audience and the menu as a whole. Sometimes, the sommelier has the chance to perform upselling. If the guest has already ordered a beverage, like an aperitif or water, think about what other beverages or other offerings he or she might still need or be interested in. Make sure to ask if the host wants additional suggestions of digestives, chocolate, coffee, tea, cheese, cigars, etc. Where possible and logical, without being obnoxious, the sommelier should try to upsell in some way.